The wine soaked her collar before the laughter even stopped, and that's when everyone in the bar made the worst mistake of their lives. They saw a quiet woman flinch. They didn't see the storm they just uncaged. The cadets were already loud, boots sprawled across stools, voices sharp with youth and entitlement, when one of them stumbled and accidentally dumped a glass of red wine straight down the woman's back. It bloomed across her pale shirt like a bruise. The bar went still for half a breath. Then the laughter burst out, cruel and bright. Someone clapped. Someone whistled. The woman froze, fingers tightening around her glass, shoulders rising as if she could shrink away from the stain burning cold against her skin. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Sunlight poured through the wide front windows, catching dust motes and the slow spin of ceiling fans. It was early afternoon, the quiet hour between lunch and evening crowds. The bartender paused mid-wipe. A couple at the window turned in their seats. The woman Mara didn't look up. She breathed once, twice. Her mind ran ahead of her heart, as it always did. Don't escalate. Don't draw attention. Leave. She stood carefully and reached for napkins. Her hand trembled. Not fear, control. One cadet leaned in, breath sour with beer, smirk wide. Relax, ma'am. It's just wine. Another added, buy you a drink to make up for it. Their friends laughed again. The sound scraped. Mara felt the room tilt. The hum of the fans grew louder. Somewhere a glass clinked. She remembered a different room. Fluorescent lights. Commands whispered, then shouted. She thought she'd never see that world again. She was wrong. I'd like an apology, she said softly. The laughter sharpened. A chair scraped. One cadet stood, chest puffed, and mimed a bow. Sorry, ma'am. He reached out, fingers grazing her shoulder, and the contact snapped something thin and final inside her. The air shifted. People felt it before they understood it. The bartender's cloth stilled. The couple by the window leaned forward. Mara stepped back, planting her feet. Her voice stayed calm. Don't touch me. The cadet scoffed and lunged, just enough to scare. He never finished the motion. Mara moved. It wasn't flashy. It was precise. She turned, caught his wrist, and redirected his weight with a small, efficient twist. He hit the floor hard, breath whooshing out of him. Before anyone could process it, she flowed shoulder check, sweep, a palm strike that stopped a second cadet cold without breaking skin. Chairs toppled. A glass shattered. The sunlight flashed off polished wood and startled faces. Someone shouted. Someone else backed away. Hands up. The remaining cadets surged, then hesitated. They saw it in her eyes. Not anger, but assessment. Distances measured. Angles chosen. The quiet woman had become something else entirely. Moral tension rippled through the room. Should they intervene? Call the police? Cheer? A man near the door pulled out his phone, unsure whether to record or run. The bartender finally found his voice. That's enough. Mara stopped. She always stopped. Control returned as quickly as it had left. She stepped back, breathing steady, scanning for threats that weren't there anymore. Two cadets groaned on the floor. One clutched his wrist, eyes wide with disbelief. Outside, passers-by pressed to the windows, murmuring, sensing the shift. Sunlight spilled in like judgment. I asked for an apology, Mara said again. Not loud, not soft. Final. The standing cadet swallowed. His bravado leaked away. I'm sorry. It was thin, but it was real enough. Sirens approached in the distance. Routine, not urgent. The bartender nodded once. The room exhaled. When the police arrived, statements were made. Witnesses spoke. The truth aligned itself like pieces snapping into place. The cadets were escorted out, shame trailing them like a shadow. Mara rinsed her collar in the restroom, watching the red fade to pink, then to nothing. In the mirror, the woman who stared back looked older than she felt, steadier than she remembered. She paid her tab. On the way out, the couple by the window stood and clapped, softly, respectfully. Others followed. Outside, in full daylight, Mara paused and let the sun warm her face. The world felt lighter, Not because she'd won, but because she'd chosen dignity without surrender. Because strength doesn't announce itself, it waits and it answers when called. And in the bright afternoon, where laughter had tried to become cruelty, a quiet woman reminded everyone what skill, restraint, and courage truly look like. If this story moved you, share where you're listening from and what you would have done in her place. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe and stay with us. There are still truths worth telling.